Okay, I'm just going to record a general video for this kind of troubleshooting, but it also addresses a particular problem we're having with our own assets. So this is also for a team member. Okay, so we're experiencing an offset. This is a more extreme offset where our asset, in our case the horse, will start on the ground, but once we add an animation it lifts off the ground. Now I'm going to show you how to solve that. Okay, so let's just bring in animation through import. I will bring in the gallop. It's going to give some warnings, but these are just warnings. These are bind pose warnings. Okay, I believe it's because there's mesh that that's not bound to certain bones. It's just a warning. It's not an error. It's not going to break anything. Okay, so there's the bones. They have animations to them. For our sort of asset setup, we need to make sure that these two meshes and the mesh at the top of the hierarchy is included, and then underneath that is our pelvis and all our bones underneath the CG group. So that's our working structure, but yours might be different. Okay, so the problem we're having is the CG node has got position values in there, and when you feed this animation to the horse, it knocks the model up. So we're going to want to delete these keyframes, but also then that solves the problem. Just deleting the keyframe solves the problem, but we can also just zero it out just to be safe. But you can't modify freeze transforms on it right now because it's just the way it's set up right now. It's going to give this error here because it's got incoming connections. So what we can do is take the contents of that CG and just drag it out. And okay, so with the pelvis moved out of the CG, now we can go to the CG. We can highlight all these keyframes, just delete them, right click and delete selected. Go back to the CG and modify freeze transforms just to remove those values completely. You can grab the pelvis, middle mouse, and drag it back into the CG. So now the hierarchy is back to where it was. Now we just select the top of the hierarchy, and for our just going back to the original thing I commented, for how our asset is set up, we need these additional meshes included. So we've got our bones underneath our horse mesh, and then we've got additional tail and mane meshes included. Alright, let's go to File, Export Selection. You can go Game Exporter, because that will allow you to name your animation clips, where mine are normally called Take 01. I'm just very familiar with regular exporter. That's the initial exporter's settings that's on. But when I click Export Selection, reminder, include these two. Then I'm just going to override that one. This is my settings. So smooth mesh is on. Animation is on. Bake animation's on. We've got blend shapes. Let's have a look here. We don't actually need camera and lights, but I'm not selecting any, so it's fine. Don't need audio. Alright, there's all the settings that I'm using. Okay, just export selection, override it. It does give us warnings, but that's just animation curves. So that won't affect anything, it's just a warning. Okay, so if we go back to the scene, this will, when imported, you'll see that it imports there with the foot grounded, where previously you can see the hoof was far from the ground. Okay, I hope that helps. Take care.